Hi, this is Victor and welcome back to my math tutoring channel. In this video, we'll try to solve that integral, which is square root of x divided by square root of 2 minus x dx. If I look at that problem, it looked like it's very difficult to solve. So what I usually do is I go to my integral formula and I see there is two formula that has square root in the denominator. That formula and this formula. Those are the only two formula that have square root in the denominator. So, but like that problem resemble to this formula a little bit. I can tweak it out to make it 1 minus x squared. Yeah? So, looking at the formula, I know I have to use sine of x. So, if I have let theta or let x equal sine of theta. So if I take this, I would see that in my denominator I have square root 2 minus sine of theta. Yeah? But I have 1 minus x squared. So because I have x squared, I would take x squared here, and to make this 2, to make it 1, I have to factor out the square root of 2. So if I put here let x equal 2 sine square of theta, so I would have square root of 2 minus 2 sine square of theta. Here I can factor out my 2's. It goes square root of 2, and then I will have 1 minus sine square of theta, which is 1 minus x squared. Yeah? So this is how you should think when there is a tough problem like this one. So this is how I came to the conclusion to choose x as 2 sine square of theta. So if I take x is equal to sine square of theta, my dx is equal, that 2 remain 2, and then now this 2 will come times 2 sine theta multiplied by the derivative of sine theta cosine theta d theta. Okay? So now let's substitute x by its value. So my integral become square root of x, but we said x is equal to sine square of theta divided by square root of 2 minus 2 sine square of theta d theta. Yeah? And we said we're gonna factor out 2 in the denominator, and I have square root of 2 in the numerator, which is very good. So my integral becomes square root of 2 times square root of sine square of theta divided by square root. I can factor out 2 here, 1 minus sine square of theta d theta. So the square root of 2 here, I will take it outside. So it become square root of 2, while square root of sine square of theta is sine of theta, divided by square root of 2, 1 minus sine square of theta, and there is a square root here, and there is d theta here. Perfect. Now square root of 2 and square root of 2, I can simplify and take it out, and I know now 1 minus square root sine square of theta is equal cosine square of theta, because I know sine square of theta plus cosine square of theta is equal to 1. So 1 minus sine square of theta, it become cosine square of theta, and that make my life even easier. So my integral become sine of theta divided by cosine square of theta d theta. But the cosine square, the dx, I forgot to replace dx. All of this are dx. So those are dx. Now I want to replace them by d theta. This is dx, 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 and now the dx is equal 4 sine theta cosine theta d theta. So my dx become, that's my dx, times 4 sine theta cosine theta d theta. Okay? So now my integral become, sine theta divided, square root of cosine square of theta is cosine of theta, multiplied by 4 multiplied by sine theta cosine theta d theta. Now I know cosine theta and cosine theta, I can simplify it. The 4 I can take it outside my integral, so it become 4, and sine theta times sine theta is sine square of theta d theta. And now we know that any integral to the power of 2, we have to make it to the power of 1. And there is one formula that said sine square of theta in the trigonometric identities equal 1 minus cosine 2 theta divided by 2. That's a formula. Trigonometric identities formula. Okay? So now I will replace sine square of theta by its value, that is here. So my integral become 4 integral of 1 minus cosine square of theta. Instead of putting the divided by 2 here, I will put it there. Because 2 is a constant, I'm allowed. And all that is multiplied by d theta. That become very easy now to solve. So 4 divided by 2 is 2. Integral of 1 d theta minus integral minus 2, because like that is for both of them, cosine 2 theta d theta. And I know integral of d theta is, let's put the 2 here. Integral of d theta is theta plus c. I'm gonna put the c at the end. Minus integral of cosine 2 theta is equal sine 2 theta divided by 2 and plus c. Now it become 2 theta minus sine of 2 theta plus c, and now let's put back theta to its value. Here I know I took x equal 2 sine square of theta. Let's factor out theta and put it back. So we took x equal 2 sine square of theta. So square root of x equal to square root of 2 sine square theta. So square root of x equals square root of 2 times sine theta, because sine square root of sine square is sine. So sine theta is equal square root of x divided by square root of 2, and theta equals sine minus 1 of square root of x divided by square root of 2. So now I have to replace my x by its value. So I would have 2 times sine minus 1 of square root of x divided by square root of 2 minus sine, I have here sine 2 theta minus sine, because I have 2 theta, I will put 2 times square root of x divided by square root of 2 plus c, and that would be your final answer. If you like my video, please subscribe to my channel. That would help me a lot, and if you put a like to this video, I would really appreciate it. Thank you for listening.